I figured out. You see this? Google goggles. So did you ever notice? Did you ever notice that the word Google looks a lot like the word goggles? And Chrome, the spinny goggles, gives you Google eyes, right? Spin your Chrome, I wrote. Adrenochrome. Okay, so everybody has this association, right? Where they're like, it has to do with this. The Chrome, the Google. I think that they're goggles, right? There's this company called Y Phosphorus, and they make night vision goggles. Google gives you goggles. And so then I was trying to think about, what is Google Chrome? Why did they move from just Chrome, from Google to Chrome? Chrome is a plating material that puts a sheen on things that reflects and distorts light. So there are goggles that determine what colors in light you are seeing through your application window, right? So Google Chrome, so the browser itself, right? User interface term for the visual parts of window that frame actual web content. This interface meaning, this interface meaning was used by software developers long before Google released it for its browser. Okay, so what we're saying here is that Google gives you goggles. It helps the Chrome colors you see through your window, right, on your computer. Good morning. Hi. They're dictating that, right? It gives them away. It's Google goggles. Google goggles. Google goggles. So I was thinking about that. And the company Y Phosphorus. I don't know. Let's ask him. Why phosphorus? Should. So it all makes sense. I'm spinning at the speed of Chrome. That's why it's got the different colored spinning wheel, because it's literally dictating what you see. That's what the application means. This interface, meaning user interface term for the visual parts of a window that frame the actual web content. So I figured that out. So your Google goggles, right, determines the colors that we see. Also, that light that I saw the other night, I found out that in the Book of Enoch, on when you're reading the parables of Enoch, and he talks about the different heavens, and he talks about how in the northeast corner of the earth is a window into essentially what heavens, and that in the morning, like when I do my alignment, when I saw that light on August 5th, that is in my shorts, if anybody wants to check it out, it looks just like a freaking angel. But yeah, he says they descend and ascend right before in the afternoon. Oh, big lightning. Right there in that northeast corner, right where I saw that light coming down, right at that same time. So that's pretty exciting. So if you take the words, this I need to show people. This people need to know this. See this? That's a heart. Inside there, can you see that? That's a heart. The things around it, they're eyes. They're the symbol. Hold on. Oh, this is interesting too. Okay, you see this? That's a rib cage. I'll go back to the heart in a second. But that's our rib cage. Looks a heck of a lot like a butterfly. I got a medical background, okay? Looks a heck of a lot like a butterfly. Okay, so you ever watch a cicada or a locust ever crack open? Dude, we might crack open. Are we as humans in the caterpillar stage, just like a locust is? Look at that. There's a butterfly. There's all this butterfly symbolism everywhere, right? Maybe our chest cracks open for some. Okay, it's upside down. I'm gonna have to do my alignment soon, but okay. So ELF, ELF, EKG. Oh, IEEE. Does everybody know what IEEE is? I hope you do. So what if? Okay, go back. Okay, so our blood flow. Oh, my camera. Our blood flow through our heart. Our blood flow through our heart, through the myocardium, it contracts just like this. See the infinity symbol? See that? That is how our heart moves. Okay? The muscle twists like wringing a towel. Yep. Okay. And that creates an electromagnetic field. So does the kidney. Okay? The kidney is actually in control of the heart. Most people don't know that, but it's through the renin angiotensin, was a ROS. A ROS. Why can't I can't remember the second name. But anyways, through that system, through the kidneys and the heart, it creates an electromagnetic field that looks like a diamond shape. Okay? Okay? See this symbol? See these spinning eyes? You know, the three eyes, the third eye. I'm going the wrong way. Is it upside down? No, it's not upside down. Okay. This is what we're in. I know it looks weird. I can explain that later. Okay. I gotta find the page. But it doesn't, it's not. Okay. So, right here. See this? You see this? That's Big Ben. It's the Eiffel Tower. That's the Statue of Liberty. And that's the Tokyo Tower. You see that? You see this? That's what it creates. When these things spin, see the eyes? Okay, they create an atomic field. Like a diamond. Come on. Sure. Eventually people will see it. You see this? It creates a diamond force field shape. You see this? And so it's not our mind that we have to protect. It's not our mind. It's our heart. It's our heart. Our heart creates the force field. Our heart creates the force field, not our heads. Not our heads. Our heart. I'll get this organized and present it a little better. But we're getting close here, I think, to the field breaking down. I saw some really crazy stuff in the sky, and I don't care anymore. I'm gonna try and tell people best I can. Oh, this is why. Okay, this is why. Okay. All right. Two numbers. You need two numbers to create a bandwidth. Okay. So we got these towers. We got the Utah Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, the London Eye, Statue of Liberty, and then they keep putting up more and making it stronger. And I can show you that field, but this is what I'd really rather talk about. Is this. Okay. So you need two numbers to create a bandwidth, right? Americans have two numbers, right? They have a birth certificate, it's given at birth. They have a social security number that's issued right after birth, after you register your child, right? We don't call them kids because kids are baby goats and they can be sacrificed Leviticus style for atonement. So we don't call our children kids. All right. Okay, so this is a frequency. This is literally a bandwidth. Okay, your birth certificate number and your social security number is what? Okay, what's your frequency? Can it do show? Right? All right. So you can't read it. What if because of cloud computing or streaming data and storage is causing a static interference within the spectrum, right? The cloud within storage. We use it for data streaming, for all our social media. Now we've got this bandwidth that we normally operate on, right? Now we've got our social media and everything else streaming through that, invading space invaders, right? And so now we're getting these weird Mandela effects. This weird I don't know when I went out, but apparently I went out. So what if they're either merging our cloud data with our bandwidth, already established bandwidth data from our certificate and social security number. And so that's why these weird reality glitches are happening. Okay. So I wrote, that's why there's so much interest in cloud formation. And there's so many rainbows is because with the cloud computing, we need more bandwidth. It's weather manipulation to increase layers of the spectrum to include additional lower spectrum bandwidth, which and higher can be pushed to, and higher spectrum bandwidth, which lower can be pushed up to if capable and stored. Right now, social media and cloud stored data is being matched and placed into birth bandwidth to sync data, aka timeline shift, or what seems like a timeline shift. The creation of the extra bandwidth requires the atmosphere of the Earth to change since bandwidth is created in the spectrum. Going to space is about creating another layer of bandwidth for data storage. Elements such as water or even birds actually hold the data in the spectrum, transmit, and store it. Therefore, in order for more bandwidth to be created, it must contain something. Water works best because of its transient properties. Water's below, lowest spectrum. Water's above, highest spectrum. Space in between. And we live here. Due to the push for the increase in the upper bandwidth, humanity has become like space invaders. taking bandwidth from other adjacent frequencies for storage, creating the ghost or alien phenomena bandwidth together, and is planning to take current cloud storage data and merge it into a cloud platform in the new world bandwidth, creating a whole new universe. A form altogether out of this world. Fact, the art of making a fact. Right? All right. So artificial. Guess what? Guess what? Artificial has 3 eyes. Oh. Okay. All right. Enough for my mind drop of all of some of my conspiracy, whatever. My enlightenment. Keep those eyes at northeast corner of the sky, people. I hear angels descend there. Oh. And then I'll make my choice for today. Make my choice. It's very dark out. Sun's not up yet because we're in the liminal space. The space between. Alright, I want to get this right. Google goggles. Google goggles. Google goggles. Alright, how did I write this? This is important. Okay, so. Where's my light? Here you are. Okay. Remember, you always have a choice. Hi, good morning. You always have a choice. Even if you feel like you don't. Even if you have to go to work. Even if you hate your family. You hate your husband. You can't get out of your life. You can. You got a choice. You got a choice. All right. So here's how I start now. I allow my heart to open. I allow my heart to forgive. I allow my heart to heal. I allow my heart to be sacred. I allow my heart to ignite in sacred light. I seek the Christ and I receive the Christ. I seek the Christ and I receive Christ. I seek the Christ and I receive the Christ, and the fullness within becomes the fullness without. Let me be the light that cannot be defined and therefore cannot be extinguished. Let me be the light that cannot be defined and therefore cannot be extinguished. Let me be the light that cannot be defined. Woo, there's some lightning. And therefore cannot be extinguished. I choose in my source-given freedom to consciously embody the source of my first original creation in all that is, was, and will be, for all resides within the sacred heart of the first original creation of all things. I cast an anchor into the heart of creation, and I draw back a line in, through, and around me, and through the center of the earth, and out through the veils of illusion, and back into the heart of creation, connecting the line, creating the 0 point, the point of perfect stillness, where all things are possible. And I lift my head and I say my clarion call. I allow, I align, I remember my original divine blueprint, my original divine light, my original divine breath, without fear, expectation, pride, knowing, or understanding, but in being, doing, and allowing the original divine purpose for this vessel. I allow, I align, I remember, and I allow the plugs to fall from my ears, the veil to fall from my eyes, the gag to fall from my mouth, the noose to fall from my neck, the shackles to fall from my ankles, the tethers to fall from my wrists, and I am free. I allow, I align, I remember. And I cast down any ropes that have been placed upon me, pulling me in directions that are not aligned in my truth, in the truth of this being. And I allow illusion, delusion, hallucination, and all that was placed upon this vessel that is not original to this vessel, I allow to fall away. And I see the gold, silver, purple, white sparkles, tendrils, spirals of creation come out of the heart of creation, the monad, come through me, and my cells breathe the breath of life, right? The temple of God, right? The temple of the Most High. And I align, I allow, I remember, I harmonize, and spin, and rejoice, and remember. And I push this through me, through the center of the earth, out through the veils of illusion, and back into the heart of creation, anchoring the original design, form, purpose of this form, in form. I allow, I align, I remember, without pretense, cause, but just as I am, able, without a king. And I give thanks and I receive thanks, and I give thanks and I receive thanks, and I give thanks and I receive thanks, and I have gratitude in all things. All that is, was, and will be, for all resides in this sacred moment, which is moment. And so it is. Choose something today. I like my choice today.